Hello and welcome back to NewMutator here, bringing you some Myth World Cup 2012 action. We are in the qualifying round. It is week 2, and we have the Tcox here in the east. The red team going to be led here by Gamer, Warax, Storm Rider, Cave, General X, Flatline, and Ramirez also showing up to back him up. Opposite in the west, we have the white team. They are going to be led by Sam the Butcher. It is Gru, Gimbal Arus, Black Knight, Prince Pawn, Urzukt. I'm not sure. Inquisitor, 2 Smoking Guns, and Grog Monster are there for the Gru team. The map is called Green Paradise, I believe, and somebody chastised me earlier for not giving credit for some of these third-party maps. I'll try to do a better job of that, but really no guarantees. So let's see, Green Paradise, I believe it said the map was done by Kyle, as you can see. Here's the overhead here, kind of featuring what the map looks like, and then it said also, I believe, Paris credited with some editing. Not sure exactly what that means, but pretty cool. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these trades. It is capture the flag, so both teams are going to be attempting to take these flags from each other. And it looks like Tcox team going melee heavy with these Stygians. They have a good amount of warriors as well, a couple of thrall, really only 7. They're probably going to just sit on the flag, and that's probably a good idea, you know, to keep that flag in case there's a small force that slips through. Usually goals or something along those lines. Those thrall will be effective against goals, including pus. It looks like they'll be taking some pus of their own, only 3 whites worth, and you know, a fair amount of archers as well. Opposite them, let's take a look at the Gru. I'm really interested to see what they do here. They also go max Stygians. That's probably a good idea, and really a fairly really similar trade. It looks like 6 dwarves though, and only 5 here for Tcox. So they probably get a couple more archers or a couple more warriors. Yeah, I think they get a few more warriors, the Tcox squad. So maybe 3 more warriors. I don't know. Maybe more than that. Maybe less archers too, because you know, it really looks like Gru has more archers going on. So here's the journeyman. As you can see, journeymen start out with 6 heals. They do cost 6 points in the unit trade, but those 6 heals, if they're able to heal throughout the game and not just die right off the bat, those heals will make them very economical units to use, because they are able to heal light units such as these up to very close to full health. So 6 times is pretty good, but they are going to be used instead to heal these dark units, these whites, who are kind of your kind of typical area of effect self-destructive unit. Let's take a look. They do have these knives to stab themselves with. They're filled with some kind of gas, and they explode. And if you get a good look at them in game, if you have a kind of a higher resolution than I'm currently using, I don't have a very good computer for that, but you can see little flies buzzing around their head and stuff like that. So kind of a gnarly unit. They undead units are able to sink underwater, and so that's why these light units are going around the deep instead of through this deep water here. Whites and thrall, so on and so forth, are able to hide under the deep water there, so and come out. So you know, but I don't really expect that strategy here. I expect to see pus instead. It's really really more difficult to pull off a white hit than it is to pull off pus. So really it's kind of cost effective to heal a white, and pick those pieces up with your goals, because if you time it right, you're able to deal extensive damage, more so perhaps than if you try to sneak with a white. Ouch, and Inquisitor gets pelted there with some fire arrows, takes some damage, is able to retreat though and not... Oh, I spoke too soon. He takes one more arrow to the dome as he retreats. That's not going to be good. Perhaps they can use that journeyman, but I'm not sure where he is. Now you can see that that the GRU force in the north is kind of taking the high ground, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a great place for them. It looks like they are going to be facing a sizable force here. Grog Monster hiding behind the tree, but kind of sending his archers in to their death. One of them dies there, but retreats before any more damage is able to be done. And already there's a dead archer for Tcox. That's not something I would have expected to have happened there. Looks like some more damage here, maybe some pus or something. So it is fairly close, 93 to 92%. Now I do expect GRU to perform a little bit better on this map. I do think they are probably better with light units than dark units, or, you know, fancy third-party units. As you can see, kind of a nice fire arrow there, but not really doing much damage, but just keeping the Tcox team away for the time being. Every archer does have one flame arrow there, and really pus is not going to be effective against these Stygians. That's why they're lined up. And he throws, and it connects with 2 archers there. So that was kind of a wasted flame arrow. Didn't really connect, but you know, that's not their fault. General X takes a hit there, but is not able to kill Grog Monster's Puskull and takes some more damage there on his archer force, but he does retaliate and take out a couple of those warriors. That was kind of a last ditch there by Grog Monster. He does take out another archer of General X, but he's outgunned at this point. You know, Ramirez, General X as well have far more archers at this point. I don't think Grog Monster is going to be able to hold with the force that he has. Once again, we have Flatline and Inquisitor kind of engaging each other with their archers. It's a lot closer than I would have imagined, although Inquisitor's kind of walking really close to that fire. He does dodge and he takes out Flatline's archers, but Flatline retaliates, and Flatline is able to come out on top in that archer fight. Really nice effort by Inquisitor, but he just got really close there. Prince Pawn does have a couple of archers to repel Flatline's archer, but Flatline's archer has 2 kills, so he is going to be a little bit more accurate. Although Prince Pawn together, his archers might be able to do something about that. Warax kind of coming up to help out. So we saw some pus damage there. Really not a whole lot. Wow, very nice, Storm Rider. And oh, where did that come from? I didn't quite see that. Storm Rider doing a very good job just utilizing some of this these dormant objects on the ground to his and his team's advantage. Tcox are up nearly 20%. I do think they are in a good position to take this game. There's the Journeyman, still has 2 heals, so it hasn't really been doing a whole lot for the Tcox team, but really hasn't really needed to do much of anything, although that archer there does get pelted and taken out. But I'm not sure if Black Knight's going to be able to do much more than that here. General X kind of in position with his dwarf to deal some damage. Ramirez in a good position to freeze some of these units and take them out. So Tcox, you know, we can see there's a goal, just like I had said. You know, a lone Puskull isn't going to be able to do much against 7 Thrall position on the flag, like so. So we heard flag contested, and then we see Cave taking out some of these archers. Yeah, it doesn't look good for the GRU team. They don't have anything to repel that dwarf. They're just going to lose all of their units. Actually, they have 1 archer. Sam the Butcher has 1 archer to keep that dwarf away, but I just don't think he's going to be able to do that and take care of Cave as well. Now it looks like Black Knight and Prince Pawn are trying to come in to support. You know, 1 more hit, 1 more toss by that dwarf. Yeah, I mean, look at this positioning, and then we see some more fireworks over here. We see these Stygian Knights clumped together, and they're just gonna, yeah, they're just gonna. I mean, when your melee units are clumped like that, they're gonna be a lot more effective than otherwise. And then we saw some, we saw that they traded flags. Actually, that was actually really nice. I didn't really get to see that, but GRU traded flags with Tcox at the last second there to prevent a immediate loss. So we will see Tcox now have to push on their what once was their home flag in order to prevent a stalemate, in order to prevent a tie. Although I'm not sure if that will happen as per the rules or not. But it does not look like Stormrider's in a position to retake this flag here. Urzuk does have 3 archers, so you know those 3 archers might be able to take out his dwarf, and then he might not be able to take out everything else. And I'm not even sure if he has pus left or not. Yeah, that pus. He has 1 pus. So it's 15%, 72%. That's not really looking good for the GRU team. I mean, you know, just about a little bit over 2.5 minutes left in the game, and Tcox is already here, just kind of massing up their force to push from both sides. Stormrider makes his move. He does have 1 pus left, and he freezes the goal, is not able to take it out, but he is moving in with his dwarf. He sees his chance, and he's going for it. He's going undercover, some kind of guerrilla. Doesn't get close enough, but he is able to take out that warrior. Takes a couple of, I mean, you know, Urzuk is able to respond, but not very well. Let's see what happens here, because and the reason for that is you know, Ramirez and Gamer and really the rest of Tcox is engaging in turn, preventing him from dealing effectively here to these archers and what have you. Looks like Gamer's dwarf is taken out, but Stormrider once again, seeing his move, gets taken out, but takes out the dwarf, and the Stygian Knights move in to retake the flag. And that's that. So GRU valiant stand here on the Tcox home flag. Was able to trade flags for a moment, but we're just down so much in percentages. It's just such a costly achievement that in the end they were not able to hold on to that flag to force the tie. So fairly good game. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I thought it was going to be an easy win for Tcox, but it proved that GRU was able to be a little bit more, what's the word? They were able to, I guess, be more annoying to the Tcox team than Tcox had probably anticipated. So see how well that GRU did. They do have, you know, Urzuk, I think, did take that flag at the end. He does have positive ratios. Not a whole lot of damage. looks like he is the only person on his team to have positive ratios. But Sam the Butcher having the most, no, I'm sorry, Grog Monster having the most damage for his team with 56. The Thundercox team, wow, Cave just kind of carried his team. I'm gonna say Cave carried his team in that game. But Flatline Storm Rider, Ramirez also pulled out pretty good performances there. 19 kills though is pretty incredible to have on a light map such as this. So Cave must have done a lot of fancy footwork to get those kills, and that damage, 120, is nothing to scoff at, especially for, like I said, a light map. So really, Thundercox 3 games to 0 so far. There are 2 games left in this match. Not sure if Gru is going to be able to nab any of them. I really hope they do, because they are the clear underdogs here. So as we move into game number 4, keep that in mind. This is the Myth World Cup 2012.